believe we have some pretty compelling material, as well as being able to put a spotlight on some of our recent experience with clients, over the past year or so, as it relates to their transformational journey, specifically around S4 and RISE. And we believe we can bring some insights as well as some expertise to the table as it relates to what you're thinking about, what you're considering as you're moving your organization forward along your transformational journey. So we'll talk about that as what we see it currently as and where it could go. We'll talk about, and for those of you who have attended some of our prior webinars, some additional context and reinforcement as it relates to what we believe is appropriate to look at from an integrated sourcing strategy perspective through the lens of RISE, because there's a lot of interdependencies and some complexities, and we'll dig into that pretty deeply as it relates to that model, but also specifically around where we think people need to be thoughtful on RISE. We'll also look at some customer scenarios where we are very, very engaged with several clients currently and over the past year as it relates to where they've been on their journey, specifically around S4 and considering RISE, and where those have found fits and where we've seen challenges and opportunities for those customers in looking at RISE, and where SAP has been successful or not. And then we'll also talk about SAP's levers and how they're addressing RISE in the market with their clients, and then talk about some of the key commercial matters that we believe are absolutely critical for clients to not only understand, but also be informed so they can make the best decision possible on what is, for many companies, not only a transformation as it relates to the technology, but also as it relates to your vendor mix, your operational model, as well as your go-forward roadmap for the next 10 to 15 to 20 years looking at SAP and RISE. And finally, we'll kind of pull it all together on what we think are the keys to success in order to take this information forward as you work with your organization to start to formulate what your strategy is, your timing, and the outcomes you're looking to drive in that context.